Picture this, a climate crystal ball revealing weather conditions 76 years from now. The Center for Climate Research Singapore has come up with the next best thing. Their latest study shows in remarkable detail what could happen here if the world fails to meet climate targets and keeps investing in fossil fuels. It could get a lot hotter and sooner than you think. Average annual temperatures in Singapore would climb about 5 degrees Celsius by end century, at more than double the rate of increase from the past 40 years. This means it could get as hot as 36.7 degrees Celsius. The number of very hot days will go from an average of around 21 days a year to a whopping 351 days by end century. That's almost every day being a very hot day. And evenings won't bring much relief. Singapore is actually warming much faster at night. The study projects that by 2100, in the worst case scenario, every single night will be a warm night with a minimum of 26.3 degrees Celsius. It will also get wetter. Extreme rainfall would intensify across all seasons, even in the best case scenario. At the worst, annual average rainfall would hit more than 3,000 millimeters a year. That's around 500 millimeters more. Dry spells would become more frequent and last longer too, with Singapore averaging one dry spell every 10 months versus every few years. Near-surface wind speeds could increase by up to 20%, and this ups the risk of strong gusts wreaking havoc on buildings and roads, uprooting trees and injuring people or worse. Singapore's sea level would go up by 1.15 meters by the end of the century and by 2.12 meters by 2150. And this is based on 6 tide gauges across the island. Sea levels at Sultan Shoal could rise the most. As for the rest of Southeast Asia, sea levels would rise by around 2 meters for most of these cities by the middle of next century. But Manila and Bangkok would have it a lot worse. The Philippines' capital can expect nearly 3 meters more, while Bangkok could see closer to 4 meters. For the region, annual average temperatures would increase by up to 5.4 degrees Celsius by end century. Annual rainfall could go up 13.4%. Also expect stronger winds by up to 30% over the northern ASEAN region, Sumatra and Borneo. While these projections aren't good news, the hope is that armed with such precise data, the region can better adapt and equip itself for what lies ahead.